Are you still using a traditional search engine for your research? Because if you are, you might be missing out on a massive upgrade. Today, we're diving into Perplexity, an AI search engine that is completely changing the game. We're going to break down what makes it so different and, more importantly, how you can unlock its most powerful features. But before we get into all the cool features, how about we kick things off with a pretty amazing deal? What if I told you that you could get the pro version of this tool, which normally costs $20 a month, for an entire year, absolutely free? So yeah, this is a real promotional offer that Perplexity is running right now, and you're going to be surprised at how easy it is to claim. Let's just walk through the steps right now. Okay, the whole thing is incredibly simple. All you need is either a PayPal or a Venmo account. You just follow the special link for whichever one you use, click that big claim button, and then create a brand new Perplexity account. That's literally it. You're in with a full year of Pro for $0. Now, just a few quick things to keep in mind here. This deal is for new accounts only, so if you've ever had a Pro account before, sorry, this won't work. The offer is good until December 31st. It might be limited to certain countries, and like we just said, you gotta have PayPal or Venmo. All right, so you've got your Pro account. Awesome. Now let's get it set up so you have the best experience possible. We can knock out all the important settings in like 60 seconds. Okay, let's head into your preferences. There are 4 little things I recommend you change right away. First, pick your favorite image generation model. Your call on that one. Next, and this one's a big deal for privacy, you can toggle off AI data retention. That means they won't use your questions for training. Third, to clean things up, I like to declutter the sidebar by turning off everything except for spaces. And finally, just turn off notifications to save your inbox from a bunch of emails. And we're done. Now for personalization. You could write a detailed bio, but honestly, I find it's way more powerful to just let the AI learn from your chat history. Just make sure memory is turned on, and over time, Perplexity will get a really good sense of who you are and what you're looking for. So at first glance, you might look at Perplexity and think, oh, it's just another ChatGPT. But that's not right at all. Its whole foundation is different. This isn't a conversational chatbot, it's an AI search engine. Let's really dig into why that difference is so important. So here's the bottom line. An AI search engine is built for one main purpose: to give you fast, accurate answers that are backed up by real, verifiable sources. It's not just making things up. It's pulling information from multiple current websites to give you a summary with citations. And this table really just says it all, right? A normal chatbot is great for conversation, but it can, hallucinate. It just makes up facts that sound right but are totally wrong. Perplexity, on the other hand, gives you structured, scannable info where every claim is verifiable. It's built for lightning-fast research, not creative writing. Perplexity gives you a few different modes to play with. Honestly, about 80% of the time, I just stick with the standard search mode for quick and accurate answers. If you need a really deep, comprehensive report, you switch over to research, and then for some more advanced stuff, you can play around in labs. Okay, now here is one of my favorite features, hands down. You can actually tell it where to search. If you toggle on social, Perplexity will search places like Reddit and Twitter. This is an absolute game changer for getting a real-time pulse on what people are actually talking about on a given topic. All right, enough with the theory. It's way better to see how this actually works in the real world. So let me walk you through a couple of workflows that I use pretty much every single day. So every morning, I run a prompt that looks almost exactly like this. I flip on that social search, and I ask it for the most important updates on key AI topics from the last 24 hours. It just scans everything, Twitter, blogs, Reddit, and gives me this perfect, concise briefing to start my day. And here's one of the best parts for when you're really trying to dig deep. If some little detail in an answer catches your eye, you don't have to type out a whole new question. You just highlight the text. That's it. You can instantly ask a follow-up about that specific point, which makes the whole research process feel so much more natural. Okay, here's another great example. Product research. I was curious about those massaging eye masks you see everywhere, so I asked Perplexity if they actually work. But to really show you the difference here, I took that exact same question and ran it through a standard chatbot that uses the same AI model. And look at this. This is the perfect illustration of why Perplexity is so good. The standard chatbot gave me a nice conversational block of text. It's fine. But Perplexity took the exact same info from the exact same AI and structured it for me with titles and clear sections. It's less like talking to a friend and more like reading a research brief, which is exactly what I want when I'm looking for facts. Now, for your bigger, more complicated projects, Perplexity has this feature called Spaces. The best way to think of them is like dedicated, super-powered folders for your research. In a space, you can set custom instructions, upload all your source files, and just keep every related chat perfectly organized in one spot. Setting one up is super easy. First, you just create a new space. Then you can give it special instructions like always prioritize academic sources, for example. Finally, you just upload your documents or connect it to your Google Drive. After that, any question you ask inside that space will be answered using the specific knowledge you just gave it. So the most important thing here is to understand where Perplexity fits in your AI toolkit. It's not designed to do everything, but it is absolutely incredible at a few very specific things. For me, it really comes down to two main jobs. First, it has completely replaced Google for my daily searches, both on my computer and on my phone. And second, it's the perfect place to start any kind of content research. I get all the initial facts and sources here before I move on to other tools for more creative work. And I've got one last pro tip for you. You can actually go into your settings and create automated tasks. Remember that daily briefing I showed you earlier? Well, I don't run it manually every day. I have it set up as a recurring task, so the latest news is just waiting for me every single morning. It's amazing. You know, using a tool like Perplexity feels like more than just using a new app. It really feels like a fundamental change in how we find and understand information. It's faster, it's more direct, and it's more transparent than anything that's come before. So I'll just leave you with this question to think about. Are we looking at the future of search?